Hey guys, guy in a wheelchair here. Listen, if you like the video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and share it on your social medias. Thanks. I recently made a video about the war on Christmas. I think it was a pretty good video. I could be a little biased. Go check it out. But today's video was prompted by a comment that I received on that video. Specifically, this comment. And even more specifically, this part of this comment. It reads as follows. But as for religion, my thoughts are this. I'd rather go my whole life believing in something that at the end may not be there than going my whole life not believing to find out in the end there is something there. Choose wisely. There's a name for this thought process. It's called Pascal's wager. And Pascal's wager basically says this. It's better to go your whole life believing there is a God and be wrong than go your whole life believing that there isn't a God and be wrong. Basically, hedge your bets on God. But is this a logical way to look at it? I don't think so, and here's why. Reason number one. God says multiple times in various forms throughout the Bible that He wants humanity to love Him, come to Him willingly, and have a relationship with Him. Which brings us to the fundamental flaw with Pascal's wager. You're not believing in God at that point because you love God, because you want a relationship with God, but rather because you're scared of punishment. Now, let me present a scenario to you. Let's say my wife only respects me because she's afraid if she doesn't, I'm going to beat the shit out of her. No, calm down. Even if I was that kind of person, I'm in a wheelchair. All she'd have to do is roll me out the door. She's not in any danger. But that's a pretty fucked up way to live, is it not? Bible also says in various forms that on Judgment Day, God will judge what's in your heart. If you only believe in God because you're scared of punishment, it's not in your heart, and therefore, I hate to tell you, but on Judgment Day, you're going to be no better off than I am as an atheist. Point number two. Last night, when I read this comment out loud, Miss Guy in a Wheelchair, without skipping a beat, said, well, which one? And that's a very good point. Which God are you hedging your bets on? And when you answer that question, ask yourself this question. Honestly, ask yourself this question. Are you hedging your bets on that God because of where you were born, what your parents believe, and what the social norm is in your area? An overwhelming amount of time, the answer is 100% yes. Which brings us to another problem. Something that is true should be true no matter where you go. Gravity, the sun, water, the laws of motion. All these things are true no matter where you go. However, even ignoring other religions, I can go 5 minutes down the street and find 10 people with 10 different versions of Jesus Christ, the Christian God. And that's just in one religion. So, if the truth of something changes based on the spot that you're standing in, it's pretty safe to assume that it's not true. Because truth is absolute. It doesn't change. Now, I'm going to use Jesus Christ here because I'm in America and that's what I'm familiar with. But this applies to any religion you want to apply it to. You believe in Jesus Christ wholeheartedly, or half-heartedly in this case, and there's no doubt that Jesus Christ is the one true God. However, I'd be willing to bet that you don't put any stock in Allah or Buddha or Vishnu or Krishna, but Allah is just as real to a Muslim as Jesus Christ is to you. God has seen multiple incarnations. Out of the millions of gods, the odds that you just happen to be taught the one correct God to believe in are minuscule. Which brings me to my final thought. I feel like people who believe in God because of Pascal's wager are closeted non-believers, in the same way that your extreme homophobes usually have homosexual desires. Your heart's not in it. You haven't devoted your life to religion. It's just a thought in your head. That doesn't sound like a religious person to me. And people generally ask me this question. Well, if there is a God when you die, what are you gonna do? And my answer is simply this. I look at God in the face, or whatever he has. Nobody knows what he looks like. And I say, thank you for giving me a brain and the ability to think critically. I would think that if a God exists, he would be proud of me for using the brain that he gave me. So in conclusion, Pascal's wager is not a good reason to believe in God. It is the weakest reason in my mind to be a Christian. And it's not going to get you into heaven anyway based on scripture. So it's pointless. Basically, if you believe that Pascal's wager is a good reason to believe in God, then your thought process is wrong.